This is PGR Sliwno. Apologies if I've murdered that. It is by WoWEC12, 190.08 megabytes download, and the description says that it's a large farm engaged in the cultivation of plants and animal husbandry. The map includes 23 fields, including 5 meadows, 11 points of sale, 6 production buildings, sawmill, BGA, 3 forests, land previously purchased, 3 villages, extensive railway network. In the new player mode, you get a ready farm with machines. Have fun. Let's go and check it out. And here we are, guys. This is where you start off in all 3 modes. We are outside our farmhouse, and this is the map. So some big fields on here. Sell points and production changes kind of spread around. The trains, whilst there is 2 of them on the map, I will quickly talk about. Basically, there is 2 separate sell points. So we've got cut no, we've got 1 sell point there for cut no, and then 1 up here. And this train here on the right hand side, this is a double track in the middle. This basically runs from this bottom left hand corner up like that, which is what it's doing. Then it will go across there, up there. The track does run back down there, but this train won't do that. It goes off up there through to the sell point as well. And the train on this side, the left hand side, this one, it does pretty much the same, but sort of the opposite way round. So it will come out of this sell point. This is another sell point. So you come along and then it goes up through the middle and then round and then disappears off that way off the map. Like I say, the train tracks do go round like that, but they won't go like that. So I thought I'd point that out whilst the trains are on the map so you can see them. So that one's gone off left. This one should go right any second, like so, and they are going off. But anyway, we are in new farmer mode, and in new farmer mode you start off with all this, which looks quite a lot, but it's not a huge amount. So we've basically got our farm area, and we do get this sort of green area which will become a bit more apparent in a minute. It's quite cool actually. We also get field 13 and 19. 13 is a very good size, and we also get the kind of, not the periphery, but you know, the sort of out, you know, the sell point, the roads, etc. as a stream and river, whatever. That has got a value of 0, so you can buy that in any other modes. It won't cost you anything, and it takes in all these bits as well. But the main farm area is this big chunk and this bit of greenery, which is the other side of the train tracks. That is 970,000 just over to buy. Field 13 is just over 1 million, and 19 is 250,000. So you can see straight away that the field prices are a little bit steep, but they are huge fields. 20, 2.6 million. I think the smallest plot was, what was it, 6? I think it was 6, 208,000, so quite hefty. Now, it says 3 forest areas, but it's pretty much 4, to be honest with you. It's not huge, some of them. This one's 53,000. There's one right down the bottom. That's 63,000. There's a tiny little bit there for 43,000. And this chunk here and this tiny little chunk in this top left hand corner come as one lot, as you can see. That's 260,000. So don't be alarmed if you click on this little triangle and see 260,000 and think, what? Because that is what is happening. So there you go. That is the fields roughly. There is a BGA on here. Now, you need to buy the land and the actual BGA itself. So I think it comes to something like 1.5 and then the land. So 1,554,000 like that. So a little bit crafty like that, but there has been a couple of maps that have done that. So don't think buying the land is going to access the BGA and vice versa. But when you do go down to the BGA and you click on the spanner, it will come up with that total price. So for the land and the BGA. So sale points all dotted around, we will get round to them. We do have a pig sty or pig barn, we have a large cow barn which is quite huge, another cow barn and a sheep barn on our farm, obviously a farmhouse. We've got a workshop trigger as well. One thing I have noticed, there doesn't seem to be any farm silo. So, but there's plenty of room on our farm to place one down. But we do have the railroad silo, which you can access via train and road. But obviously that's not going to hold a massive amount. I'm not sure of capacities. What else do I need to tell you? I think that might be it. If I think of something else, I will come to it. Or I will mention it. Well, we'll go through slot counts, everything like that. First of all, the modded in items. We've got all the sheds that are on our farm. And these are all these guys. You'll see them all in a second. So we've got sheds in silos. We've got 2 added in manure heaps. I will mention one of those a bit later. In silo extensions, nothing. In containers, we've got an old fuel station, which you'll see as well on our farm. In tools, we've got the vehicle workshop, which again is on the farm. And then we've got the farmhouse, which we are stood outside, which is there. So that is those ones. And then we have in animals, we've got the 2 modded in cow barns, the large one and the normal one. We've got our modded in pigsty, large, and we've got a sheep one as well. And then in decoration, we have got under fences, some of the fences that sort of surround the farm. So we've got like a concrete wall, and then these older style looking rusty fences, which is pretty cool. And if we go to others in decoration, we've got this concrete divider, which again you'll see in a second as we go round. The painting textures I think are just all sort of basic, what we've already seen: animal mud, asphalt, concrete, dirt, forest ground, grass, dry grass, gravel, rock, granite. That is it. I believe that is it for that. There is no collectibles on here. There is contracts available, and there you can see we've got our animal pen jobbies like so. What I'm going to do is we'll whiz round the yard like so. This is the biomass heating plant. You can kind of see that there's a gate that runs up through there, so I'll show you that, but I won't actually go to it. Then what I'm going to do is reset our pickup down to the shop. We're going to do this tour. We'll come all the way back up, do this and round, and then we'll finish up here. And then what I'm going to do is cut to me jumping on the train down here somewhere, and we're going to take in all the rest of this on that train, and then we'll finish, jump out up here like so. So that is the plan. That is what I'm thinking. So let's crack on with it. I think I've covered everything. Slot counts. In new farmer mode, it is 997 slots. You start off with exactly the same equipment in all 3 modes, but in Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't start off with any land, and all the buildings, sheds, etc. are not on this farm. So you start off with the same equipment, but you don't have any land. All the buildings are gone. The only thing that remains, I will show you now while I'm talking about it, is we've got to get my bearings. This manure heap here, I could not seem to sell that. So when you come on here and Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, this is here, and so are the fences and the gates. But some of the fences look out of place because they've got buildings missing that actually join up with them, if that makes sense. And also in our big cow barn here, inside here there is a manure trigger. So it's a bit like the old stream farm. If you sell the building off, there's a sort of sign left that says manure heap, and you can sell that off. But in Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, that is there. So you'll need to buy the land to clear that if you want, but you cannot seem to get rid of this manure heap, which is a little bit annoying. But this area, as you can see, is huge. So by the time you've got rid of all those sheds, it's just insane. Anyway, farmhouse. Up on the steps, we've got our sleep trigger. We do have our pickup here. I haven't showed you the equipment, have I? Right, here we go. Small tractors. We've got Fendt Fabric 515. We've got 3, so that makes 4 tractors. We've got 3 medium tractors. We've got Fendt 724, Voucher 8750, and a John Deere 7810. Got the Deutschfar Topliner harvester, JCB telehandler. There's the pickup. 3 trailers. Header for your harvester. The Biomass Plant. We've got a disc harrow. We've got a power harrow and a seeder. Those two will hook up to each other. Got a standard baler, it's not a bell wrapper. Front loader with a front loader bucket. We've got telehandler bucket and pallet fork as well. Trailer for your header. 1 weight, which is a bit tight considering you've got 4 tractors. And the belt systems, which we will go through in a second, which again I think is pretty cool, but there is a little bit of a drawback with it, which I'll point out. So let's jump into the pickup. We're going to do most of the tour of the farm in the pickup because some of these sheds are the same, they've just been duplicated, so I won't go too mad. Here is that old fuel station. I'll come back to the animal pens at the end. So there's the gate there that leads off to the biomass heating plant, as you can see. Open sheds there with some of our equipment. I'm going to open this door. A lot of the sheds are similar design to this one. There is lights in these. You will need to get the trigger. So there's switches at either end of the buildings. So that's pretty cool. At least we've got lights. Most of these are empty as well. And then I think the middle door here is our workshop. We can customize and repair. Then we've got these sheds. Some of these are exactly the same, but they do have a door out the back, so it leads out onto the main road. This shed is pretty much similar to the one we just drove through. I think it is exactly the same actually. So like I say, I won't show you all of the sheds because they are just empty. Back there where the farmhouse is, we've got a gate leading out. There's our tractors and 1 weight. And then we've got more of those sheds that size. Whoa, I want to show you that actually. There it is. What timing. There is a plane on here. How cool is that? It is a bit noisy though. These are the sheds that have the drive-through. So that will lead out onto sort of the main road. There's people walking around as you can see and traffic. It's not a bad map and this yard is huge. Another gate there, more sheds. It's nice and bright. It doesn't feel dark or anything like that. Right, first of the animal pens. This is the sheep. We can open the gates on most of these animal pens. This will hold 100 sheep, so pretty cool. We can go in. There's your feed trough. Now, I'm not 100% sure where the wool's going to spawn, but my guess would be it'd probably be in here somewhere, I would have thought. But it could very well be out here, something like that, because there's no markers out for it. So just be aware of that. I'm going to skip back into the pickup like that, because I'm running out of time today. 3 maps come out today, which was worrying. Well, good for us, but when 3 come out in one day. This is our cow barn. It's not the large one. That holds 100 cows though. They all appear here. So there's your manure heap. As I have shown you, that's the one you can't get rid of. We've got a slurry point just there, and then you can drive through for your feed and your straw for their bedding. More sheds there. There's our telehandler, and then your milk point is just at the back there. There's also a water point there for the cows, and then this is our cow barn. This is quite big. Look, it's kind of like a spaceship looking thingamajig. So I believe the door at the front here is going to be your milk point, going by the tanks like so. In these doors, this one here actually, you can drive through, tip in your feed and your straw again. There is also another gate. Now this will hold 490 cows, and I know what you're thinking, they're not going to fit all in here, it's ridiculous. Hang on a second. Right, there's a water point as well there, which is pretty cool, so you do have to give them water. This is your manure collection point, because like I say, a sign sort of appears where that door is, for you to sell once you've sold off the building. There goes the train. These are the concrete dividers, so if you wanted to, you could pile up the manure there if you want. But you've got this bridge which the train obviously goes over, but that is very low. I was thinking, cool, you're never going to get a trailer under there. Well, your cows, they will appear in here, but they will also be out here, and this is huge. This is that green area that I showed you on the map. Comes the other train, look, and this is all fenced in as well. And as soon as you sell that cow barn, if you don't want it, this fence will disappear. So then you could do whatever you want with this area, make a field out of it if you wanted to do that. But I thought that was quite cool. We will come back to this area in a second, because we're going to whiz round to the pigs. And this is a huge long barn as well. We've got a slurry collection point there. This will hold 270 pigs. There goes the plane again. And then you can drive all the way through and tip in your feed. That is what I'm trying to say. I'm not 100% sure where the manure is going to appear on this one. Maybe inside. You might have to muck them out, I expect. But that's not a problem. Right, back in the pickup. And I'm going to show you over the other side where those trains just went past. We need to open these gates. Oh, press the wrong button. I wanted to get out. So in here, quite a huge area, so you do own this, so you could place anything here down here you want. We've got 2 rent train points. Now, as you look at the track like this and on your map, I'm going to call that the right side, this the left side. So that one will go off round that way, and that one goes off round that way. And when you stand at these 2 points, that is for your right train, that is for your left train. So there you go. Now, with the right hand train, we know we've got this silo, so we can load up and unload from that train, or to that train from this point. As for the left hand train, I was thinking, well, how are you supposed to load that up? That is what these are for. So you will need to set this up, and you will need to get the train, open up the cart possibly, or tip it into one of the others, and you'll need to use your conveyor belt to go into the train, unload your grains into the train, if that makes sense. So that will only be for this train. Now, I then thought, well, what happens if this train comes round and you've got that set up? If that happens, it just beats this thing out of the way. So whether you can get it right up in the air so that doesn't happen, but when I tried it, I may have had it a bit lower than it possibly, you know, could have gone a bit higher. but it did whack it out of the way. Right, what I'm going to do is jump out of there. We are going to reset this, aren't we? And I know it's a bit random, but this is the way we're going to do this map tour. So we're down at the shop. As you can see, is your reset point. Alright, so we've got another vehicle workshop just there, and then your shop menu is just there as well. Nothing really round there, so pretty cool. Let's head on out. We're going to take this road. There is some very odd noises on this map as well, like electricity buzzing and loud church bells. It's quite full of noises. Right, this is our BGA. We've got a methane point there. It's nice that we've got ramps on there, look, as you can see. And we've got two huge bunker silos. Now, if I run up to here, as you can see, it's added on the 54,408 for this plot of land. So if I now quickly buy that plot of land for 54,408 and now come up to that spanner, it's now gone down to 1.5 million. So you will need to buy both of them to run the BGA. So there's all your ins and outs. And then just here we have the electric charging station. Pretty cool. Just across the road from us there is the spinnery. So you can hear that buzzing away. That's those big towers. There's the church. Very loud. Might have to do a bit of overtaking. Do apologise if it feels like I'm rushing, but trying to get round as quick as I can, but while still obviously showing you all the details. Now this is a huge area in here. Oh, why just brake like that? That was a crash for cash job, wasn't it? This is the garden centre, which is a sale point. This is pretty cool. I mean, it's a weird looking building. It looks like it's fallen down, but this is pretty cool because here you can sell wood chips, wood and straw. So I was expecting to kind of be selling other things, but that's pretty smart. So that was the garden centre sale point. Obviously we're going past our farm now. On the left is that barn door that I opened. And as you can see, there's built up areas around us. Got another church here chiming away. If you look just to the left there, there's the red building. That's the biomass plant again, so we can access it from here as well as from our farm. And then up here, this is the bakery. What I like as well about this map is the buildings have been modded. So they're modded buildings. So this looks very like an old style industrial building, doesn't it? It's pretty cool. So that's your bakery, and your spanner wrench to buy it is at the front there. Very nice indeed. A bit of a placeable area there, look. And then moving on from there, we have got in here our animal dealer sell point, which is just here. So that's going to be for your bales and your loose straw, etc. And then this is your actual animal dealer itself. So got all our animal pens there, like so. Right, so moving on from there, let's have a quick recap. So obviously we reset out of here into the BGA, across, saw the spinnery, up here, garden centre, up past our farm, across into there, the bakery, out. We're now here, we're going to come up here, do this bit, and we will finish up round here somewhere, and then like I say, I'll jump onto the train to finish the rest of it. But these are some huge fields on here. Oh, excuse me. I can hear that plane again. So over the weighbridge there is another entrance to this area there as well, with another weighbridge. Got the debris crusher just there. That is where the train disappears, up through there to the sale point. We've got a line buy point there, and if I just jump out there, this is our road access to the train silo, so your tip in will be here. Now I'm assuming it has to tip into there, so this bit will probably be if you've got a side tipping trailer, and then if you've got a rear tipping one back in there, but that might be a little bit low, so you might have to fiddle around with that. And then that is going to be your pipe sort of out unloading from there. And then obviously the train side of it is all done here, so you're unloading and you pipe out. Ooh, there's a train coming. That should just disappear now up there. And we do have another rent a train point there as well, so that is all that area. Hop back into the pickup, and then from here we have across the road from us, this is, what is this? I think this is, what was that? Cooperative. Oh yes, this is the cooperative, so I believe this will be for your pallets, your produce, and then round here we've got a tip-in point for like your grains and your crops, etc. So that is the cooperative sell point. Then we've got one more thing to look at, and that is the dairy, and that is just here. So there's your unloading, and you can buy the dairy from there. That's where your pallets and produce will appear. So that is pretty much that side of it. Like I say, I'm going to cut quick. I'll get the train positioned down here, and we'll just quickly go through these sale points. It shouldn't take too long. So bear with me a second. Right, so we have the train. This is our other field actually, number 19, ready to harvest. We're just going to run across the road because we've got over there the grain mill, which again is like a modded in building. So your tipping will be there, pallets will appear there. I'm guessing the buy point is around here. There we go. So that's very cool. I'll hop back into the chain. What I like as well, the train tracks aren't completely flat, so you'll see in a minute we sort of bump up here. Pretty smart, I like that. Oh, I'm missing things, sorry guys. That in there, too excited about the train tracks. That in there is the GCHB grain elevator, which is obviously a sell point, and it is just way bridges again, in and out, just through there, look, under that archway. So there you go, GCHB grain elevator. Next on the list, I will try not to go past that. I won't bother getting out for that one. You can see from here is the sawmill and carpentry, which is right next door to each other. There's those buildings there you can see in the distance. So we'll start slowing down. I will jump out just to show you around as we go. Stop, 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 stop. Let's jump out there. That should stop eventually. And now I'm stuck behind a massive train. Right, I think this is the only way in and out. So first of all, on the left is carpentry. Again, different building to what we're used to. Buy it there, etc. And then this is our sawmill even. I think that's going to be your wood chip point. And you can buy it from there. Planks would be there, I should imagine. And then round this side you can sell your wood. Which again, there's a bit of noise going on there. Here comes the plane again. I did think that's very cool. Right, hop in the train again and off we go. That is it now until we get to the top left hand corner. So we did these bits and we are now travelling up here. Like I say, we'll get to this left hand corner and I'll jump out, and that will be a sugar mill and a lime buy point as well just there, and that should be it. So we're going past our farm again. That's where your cows will appear, just over the little bridge. Some great big fields. Yeah, it's not a bad map this, I quite like it. Very colourful and bright. The edge of the map isn't fantastic. I mean, it doesn't look too bad from here, but when we get in the train, when we are in the train, when we get up there on the train, if I can speak properly, you'll see what I mean. It's already glitching out a bit there. So yeah, you just got these sort of almost, I don't know, it looks a bit like a film set or something. Right, I will slow us down. I was going to let the train go off, but I may use that for my thumbnail. So we'll try and slow this down. That is the sugar mill there though. Again, it's been made to look like an old sort of industrial building. Right, let's quickly run around the front. I think the entrance is around here. So yeah, we have got a nice little river going through. So you would drive in this way up on the bridge again. You've got your lime buy point just there. You can buy the sugar mill just there. Then obviously all your bits and bobs tipping in and pallets and things will appear there. So there you go. That is the map, everybody. That is PGR Sliwno by Wowek12. I think I covered everything. Hope you have all enjoyed the map tour. If you have, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.